Hi everyone, back again with Top 10 in the world. With an estimated 7.77 million species of animals on the planet, the animal kingdom is an undeniably diverse place. But while the breadth of earthly biodiversity may be well known, the incredible things our animal counterparts can do are often hidden to humans. These amazing animal facts are sure to wow even the biggest animal lovers out there. Here are the top 10 amazing facts about animals. Number 10. Parrots like to help each other out. Scientists already knew African gray parrots are particularly clever, with large brains and exceptional problem-solving skills. But they wondered if these birds, separated from great apes by some 300 million years of evolution, also possess complex social abilities, like helping one another. Corvids, another group of so-called intelligent birds that includes crows and ravens, have so far failed to demonstrate this ability. It turns out that African gray parrots are nothing like the infamously greedy, treasure-seeking criminals. Instead, researchers have discovered that the colorful birds will voluntarily help each other obtain food rewards and perform selfless acts, according to a 2020 study published in Current Biology. Study co-author Auguste von Bayern noted, African gray parrots were intrinsically motivated to help others, even if the other individual was not their friend, so they behaved very prosocially. Number 9. There are more kangaroos than people in Australia. A person visiting Australia is more likely to see more kangaroos than people, as the kangaroo population supersedes the human population by a significant margin. While there are 25.69 million people in Australia, an estimated 50 million kangaroos are in the country. That's twice the number of people in the country. According to official government figures, and many Aussies consider them pests. Landholding farmers, called graziers, say that the country's kangaroos damage their crops and compete with livestock for scarce resources. Australia's insurance industry says that kangaroos are involved in more than 80% of the 20,000 plus vehicle-animal collisions reported each year. In the country's arid, sparsely populated interior, the common belief is that roo numbers have swollen to plague proportions. Number 8. Tigers can imitate the call of other animals. Hunting by mimicry is an added advantage to animals. When it comes to hunting, tigers have an advantage over the other animals. The wildcats can easily mimic the call of other animals. This helps to successfully attract prey. Usually, they create a pook sound of bears, thus creating a good trap. Due to their striped camouflage, they hide behind thick bushes and attack their victim from behind. It is also said that tigers are less likely to attack when we see them. In fact, most of the villages in India wear a face mask on the back of their head just to trick the tigers. Tigers produce a wide variety of sounds, from deep roars and growls to the raspberry-like chuffing they use to greet each other. A roar followed by a growl is probably designed to intimidate rivals. Number 7. Koalas is the sleepiest animal in the world. If you thought your cat was sleepy, just wait until you hear about koalas. Koalas are a big fan of sleeping. They spend most of their timing in sleeping, while the remaining 4 to 5 hours they spend in eating and occasionally mating as well. Sleeping this much longer is very unusual for a herbivore and a marsupial animal. According to the Australian Koala Foundation, these cuties sleep between 18 and 22 hours a day, leaving just 2 hours for activity, and they say sloths are lazy. In the wild, koalas sleep closer to 14 hours a day, but also fit in 5 hours of relaxation. All this rest is necessary due to the koala's diet of eucalyptus leaf. This activity helps koalas in maintaining their energy levels and slowing down their metabolism rates. They sleep a lot to conserve energy, as their diet requires a lot of energy to digest. Herbivore animals are known for grazing throughout the day, and some experts believe that they almost sleep for only 5 minutes per day. However, koalas are unique in this regard, and they spend most of their time sleeping. Number 6. Ravens are masters of deception. The common raven, the world's largest crow, is one of the cleverest birds on the planet. One of 113 birds in a group called corvids, its intelligent qualities are comparable to human beings and attributable to what ravens have learned from their parents. They are expressive, with a combination of voice patterns, feather erections, and body positions. They communicate anger, affection, hunger, curiosity, playfulness, fright, and incredible boldness. These birds have also been known to play pranks on one another and to tease other animals. Ravens are masters of deception and exhibit interesting behavior. They hang by their feet, slide in the snow, fly upside down, use rocks in their nests for defense, carry food in their feet as well as their bills, roll on the ground to escape predators, and poke holes in the bottom of their nests for ventilation on hot days. Number 5. Frogs can freeze without dying. Warm weather brings thoughts of spring peepers and leaping bullfrogs. But what happens to frogs in the winter? If they can't dig down far enough into the soil to avoid the ice or aren't lucky enough to live in warmer climates, some actually freeze. Fortunately for them, they don't freeze to death, most survive to mate another spring. Frogs are cold-blooded, or more precisely, ectothermic, so their body temperature closely tracks the temperature around them. Temperatures have to dip slightly below 32 degrees Fahrenheit to freeze a frog, and ice begins to grow when an ice crystal touches the frog's skin. Like falling dominoes, the ice triggers a cascade of particles that form as the temperature drops. But these amphibians don't just turn into a block of ice. A chain of events occurs to protect the freezing frog. Minutes after ice starts to form in the skin, a wood frog's liver begins converting sugars, stored as glycogen, into glucose. This sugar is released from the liver and carried through the bloodstream to every tissue where it helps keep cells from completely dehydrating and shrinking. Number 4. Butterflies taste with their feet. If you could choose to taste with any part of your body, your feet would probably be last on your list, right? We can't imagine that clammy socks and floor tiles have anything on a mouth-watering chili con carne. But for some animals, tasting with body parts other than a tongue gives them a distinct evolutionary advantage. Butterflies are one such example. As you might have guessed from the title, their taste receptors are located in their feet. And if that's not enough to digest, get this, butterflies also smell with their feet too. Not only do butterflies taste using their feet, the receptors on their legs are also 200 times stronger than human taste buds. When a butterfly lands on a plant, they use these sensors to determine whether or not what they're standing on is edible. Number 3. Cows have best friends. You know the instant sense of relief and excitement you feel when you're at a party alone and one of your best friends enters the room? Cows experience this, too. This is how researchers discovered that cows do, indeed, have best friends. In 2011, a PhD student at Northampton University in England put this idea to the test by monitoring cows' heart rates and cortisol levels, the two indicators that animal behaviorists use to measure stress. The student examined how each cow's stress level changed in 3 different scenarios: in a pen by herself, in a pen with another cow she didn't know, and in a pen with her closest companion in the herd. Number 2. Squirrels will adopt orphans. Squirrels will take in orphan pups if the babies are closely related to the adoptive mother, according to new research. Although adoptions occur among species that live in extended family groups, it's much less common among asocial animals such as squirrels, who are territorial, live alone and rarely interact with one another. The study also shows squirrels are able to assess which pups they are related to before determining whether to adopt. Squirrels will only adopt an orphan pup when the costs of adoption are low and when the orphans carry a large percentage of the same genes such as siblings, nieces or nephews rather than more distant relatives. Number 1. Immortal jellyfish, the Earth's longest living animal. The lifespan of a Greenland shark, up to 500 years. The giant barrel sponge, over 2,000 years. But the longest living animal on planet Earth? The immortal jellyfish, a creature that can seemingly escape from death altogether. Despite only being 3 millimeters in diameter on average, adult versions of these tiny invertebrates have a huge party trick. They can roll back their biological clock when injured or on the verge of starvation. This means, in theory, they could live forever. And that's it for this list. Actually, there are many more amazing hidden facts about animals that are still unknown to this day. In this list, we've rounded up some pretty astonishing facts that animal lovers might not have known before.